And turning from politics now, some sad news out of the world of entertainment. One of Hollywood's most popular leading men, Burt Reynolds, has died at the age of 82. The star of Deliverance, Smokey and the Bandit, and The Longest Yard, and Boogie Nights. Reynolds dominated the 70s and 80s film eras before returning to television, where he got his start producing his own Emmy Award-winning sitcom, Evening Shade. He was a sought-after actor and notably turned down iconic roles that made the careers of others, including Han Solo, James Bond, Michael Corleone, Jack Nicholson's McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Richard Gere's Edward in Pretty Woman. He was expected to make his silver screen return in Quentin Tarantino's upcoming film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and is survived by his son, Quentin. Now, Reynolds remained charismatic despite the ups and downs of his storied career. Here's what he had to say to me when I interviewed him for Access Hollywood back in 2016.
I had a great time. I had a wonderful career and great friends, wonderful friends. Do I have any regrets? Yeah. I probably hurt some people along the way. I wish I hadn't. Wish I could make it up to them. I'm trying now. I have a fabulous son. He's a wonderful young man. He's an editor. So I will get some close-ups if he edits on one of my pictures. Or I'll take him out of the will.
What a remarkable career.
Still a sense of humor, too.
I can't, every time I see Han Solo, Michael Corleone, and
James
Pretty
Bond.
Woman,
Yeah.
and try to imagine him there, Burt Reynolds, wow.
I heard yesterday that he was at one point in 1978 in 4 different films that were all released at the same time. So there was at one point, I mean, that's how prolific of an actor he was.
All right, thanks for that. Unbelievable career.
Yeah, absolutely, indeed.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.